Welcome back to another episode of the Canon Flash Recap. I'm your host Terry, and today I'm doing episode 4 News Flash and episode 5 all dolled up. Again, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to be better now. We're getting into the holidays, got some more time off, but this semester in school has been tough and I've been slacking, I know. So we're going to do 2 other episodes. First, we're doing number 4. Which was News Flash, in which basically there was a girl, a reporter who in the middle of the satellite storm, her phone got hit with dark matter and she could, put things on screen and make people do things. And she was using that to create stories so she could get ahead of the story and, whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. That was kind of okay. Excuse me. But I would say, the better part about this, episode was really the continued maturation of this relationship between Nora and Iris, and they just continue to butt heads. And even though it was getting to the point of being annoying, I felt like, okay, we're about to find out something, and we eventually do. And I just think the whole dynamic of adding Nora is so smart. Whoever thought to put that in there, so smart, because you have different dynamics, whether it's with her and Barry and the way she really idolizes him and tries to be a speedster with him, but then also him being her father and how he has to handle that. And then you got Iris and Nora, which of course they butt heads. But then you also got Iris and Barry and how they feel about looking at the future and their kid and then of course Flash Disappearance. So excellent writing choice. I think it creates some good dynamics, which we saw throughout this episode. The villain part was kind of whatever. Now the only weird thing is out of nowhere, this is funny, they completely ignore Iris' job last year. And now out of nowhere, she's still doing the blog and she knows such and such from her time writing at the paper when she was only there for like a hot second. And it's just like, okay, now all of a sudden Iris is a reporter again for real. And it's silly. We want Iris out of Team Flash. Trust me, I still do. However, I think they were really bad about going about putting her writing career back on the forefront. It just kind of came out of nowhere. So, yeah, it was whatever. And then they kind of slipped in at Nora like girls. Somehow I felt like I already knew that was going to be a thing. Of course, as the progressive parents they are, Barry and Iris glanced right over it. And, but that was the reason she messed up when she had one assignment to do when they were trying to catch this girl. So, yeah, there was that. But I think the biggest takeaway, of course, is that we find out that dark matter can, affect objects and not just people. And so that's, of course, how we're probably going to find out, what's his name? Cicada, and how he's doing his thing. We didn't really get Cisco. He wasn't there because his power, he's still injured, from the whole fight with Cicada. But I still like the Ralph and, Sherlock Harry or whatever, Sherlock Wells. I like that dynamic. It's still, cool. I can see it getting annoying eventually, but right now I still like it. So they're trying to figure out 2 different mysteries and it's okay. It's good filler. Now let's get to the most recent episode, Ragdoll. Again, the family dynamic stuff, like the drama stuff is good. I really appreciate, Nora got put in her place by Cecile. I was shouting. Really, I'm not even a big fan of Cecile usually. She don't do much. But in this, I'm like, yes, put Nora in her. Who is she? She said, this is the West house. And in this house, you gonna respect every West family member. I'm like, thank you. She didn't have disrespect to her mama. So that felt good. But the way they went about it was clever in the writing, telling all these stories that we all knew wasn't Barry. But I was just like, okay, she's making stuff up, just to get her to do stuff. But then to twist it and say those were all about Iris, That was genius. However, I will say they went a little too cheesy and cringe later on, talking about some Iris at 15. You wrote an essay exposing the print. Like, come on, stop. Really? Don't know. First of all, a whole year you just decided to cast her off from writing and journalism, and now you act like she's some prodigy journalist. Like, stop. That was cheesy. That was upsetting. But other than that, I thought it was good. So I say all that to say that the villain part, trash. I mean, it was, I don't even know where to start. It was so weird. It was so random. And it didn't really go together with, the whole, like I said, dark matter affecting different objects. Like, are we talking about the mask made him do that or what? And is he supposed to be dead because he was talking like he didn't know how to think or talk? Like, I don't know. The whole Ragdoll was bad. I mean, I wouldn't say bad. The whole Ragdoll thing was weird, but the way they wrapped it up made it terrible. And they've done that since season 1. I've always had issues with how they handled the final fight. And it's crazy to me that they've gotten away with it for so long. That's the main part. If you're going to do villain of the week and build up the big bad, the end fights need to stop being so terrible and like make no sense. Like, okay, so Ralph ate him? Like, where did that come from? And we didn't even see it. It was off screen. It was just like, okay, what was the point? What was the point? I mean, it was more so about the relationship between Barry and Iris, and then eventually Iris and Nora. And they just kind of facilitated a moment for Iris to show how much she loves Barry. But still, it came at the great sacrifice of the villain, which just didn't make none of it made sense. He was the son of a rich woman and just was still like, okay, what are we talking about? It just, yeah. I didn't really like that part of it, but again, the family dynamic part, cool. Cisco, I'm so glad they explained what was happening because I thought they were just going to, oh, well, you know, Cisco using his powers, going to kill himself. I'm like, this is stupid. Why wouldn't he be able to vibe? But I like that they gave us an explanation that made some sense where the dark matter is in him and, you know, he uses it and it blah, 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 whatever. Cool. Sidelining Cisco as a meta, fine. We got too many people with powers anyway. And I like this group. I like that we shorten it down, even though we brought Harry back in. I like that we shorten it down. I like that 2 people lost their powers. So now it's just down to a trio of people with powers. I'm liking all that. That makes it more compelling when we have these episodes and they gotta take care of something. So all down for that. I don't even know where we're going next, to be honest. We got a long way to the season. The cicada thing is still in motion, but he's not doing much right now. And I guess we're just going to keep finding people from the satellite crash, which can be okay sometimes, but mostly it's kind of lame. But we'll see. So for episode 4 for Newsflash, that one was pretty solid. I get that one to 85. I get that a B. And this one, I would say 86, give it a B as well. It was slightly better. But the villain was really trash. So 2 solid episodes, having a good time. I feel like they really struck a good balance of the jokes from last season and the drama of season 3. So having a good time so far. I think it's a good season. So anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about these episodes. Share it around. Get the convo started. Thumbs up, subscribe. And remember, if you heard it here, it's official canon.